Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day.
Howdy, this is the Fresh Toones Music Show, and my name is Dave Paltz. And today's show is one of my inspirational live shows. And today's show is dedicated to Nelson Mandela, who certainly has been an inspiration in my life. I'd like to start out today's show with a song called May You Rest in Peace. May you rest in peace, 'cause in the life you live, may you rest in peace, surrounded by all the love you gave. As we say our goodbyes, know your love still lives within our lives. May you rest in peace. Each of us that loved you know what you gave to us, and we will give it out to others as you gave it out to us. May you rest in peace. May your love live on forever, and our memories never rest. And may these tears that run so freely wash away our grief, so we can sing more clearly a song of love. May you rest in peace. May you rest in peace, as in the life you live. May you rest in peace, surrounded by all the love you gave. As we say our goodbyes, know your love still lives within our lives. May you rest in peace. May you rest in peace. May you rest in peace. And that was a fresh tune called May You Rest in Peace. I think the most inspirational thing that I think about when I think of Nelson Mandela is his ability, after spending 27 years in prison, hard time, he was still able to say things like, "It always seems impossible until it's done." And those words are probably in mind somewhat when I wrote this song called If There's a Will, There's a Way. America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big. There's a will, there is a way. So lift up your eyes now, stand up and say, well, she's not perfect and neither am I. We've got to work together if we want to survive. We've got to use our heads and figure it out, and be brave enough to look at ourselves. 'Cause America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big. But there's a will, there is a way. We've got to lift up our eyes now, stand up and say, well, she's not perfect and neither am I. We've got to work together if we want to survive. We've got to use our heads and figure it out. Be brave enough to look at ourselves. America can't breathe if we refuse to see the things we need to change today. We've worked through harder things, some say this one's too big, but if there's a will, there is a way. 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 If there's a will, there's a way. And I think Nelson Mandela was the best example of that. Through all those years in prison and promoting a message of forgiveness and equality through that horrendous experience, it's given me inspiration to hold on to my beliefs that even if things are really hard, if we hold on to the things that we're working towards and we strongly believe in them, then we can make them happen. Thankfully, there's folks like Nelson Mandela that are out struggling for social justice. This is a hopeful, fresh tune called As I Look. As I look, the more I see, I still believe that we can come to know our love. And it seems so far away. Yes, it seems so far away, but we'll find our way. Your love will come to you one day. She will smile with nothing else to say. Your pride will melt away, and you'll come to know her song that day. As I sang and nothing seemed to budge, and I called out with no results. My only hope was to know my love, and it seemed so far away. Yes, it seems so far away, but I'll find my way. I try each day to hear her voice. Some days close, sometimes so far away. As of yet, I can only hum the tune. And she smiles and says, you're halfway home. When you know your love, you'll never be alone. And it seems so far away. Yes, it seems so far away, but we found our way. Your love has come to you today. Now she smiles with nothing else to say. Your your pride has melted away, and you've come to know her song today. I guess it's pretty amazing that Nelson Mandela was able to keep his hope and his energies up through all those years when countries around the world were debating whether they should say anything against South Africa. You know, South Africa was great business. The U.S. sold a lot of arms to South Africa, and they were an ally against the Soviet Union. It's kind of hard to believe that this beacon on the hill wasn't quite sure if it was right to speak up against apartheid. But we kept our mouths shut for a number of years, and Nelson Mandela sat in prison and eventually got out, and things started to change. I guess he had a lot of faith in human evolution, and this next fresh tune is called Time for an Evolution. It's time for an evolution, time to crawl out from the sea, to come out and see the sunlight, to shed the weight of hate and greed. It's time to use our heads now, to stop living in the same, to shift our gaze ahead now, to heed the living, not the dead. 'Cause it's time for an evolution. It's time to move ahead. Stand up and be strong now. Leave behind what you know is wrong. We may stumble, trip, and fall some. With every step the child grows. It's time for an evolution, to use our voice to make the call, to stand upright and be confident, to take the step to lead the way. 'Cause it's time for an evolution. It's time to move ahead. 'Cause it's time for an evolution. Time to push for better days, to lift our eyes and see what can be, not what they say will always be. Let us reach for evolution, for the birth of something more. Rising high with every effort, we know our love, we hold the key. 'Cause it's time for evolution. It's time to move ahead. Yes, it's time for an evolution. It's time to move ahead. Well, I certainly think we can all agree that Nelson Mandela had some hard traveling And in the end, I'm pretty sure he felt that it was all worth it because he had changed South Africa forever. I'm going to play a song called Hard Travelin' by Woody Guthrie, and I've changed some of the words and made it really bouncy. I think an uplifting song right now is just what we need on the Fresh Toones Music Show.
We've been having some hard traveling, I thought you'd known. We've been having some hard traveling right down the road. We've been having some hard traveling, hard working, but we're still standing. Been having some hard traveling now. We've been having some hard traveling, I thought you'd know. We've been having some hard traveling right down the road. We've been having some hard traveling, fighting for rights, we're still standing. Been having some hard traveling now. We've been having some hard traveling, I thought you'd know. We've been having some hard traveling right down the road. We've been having some hard traveling, hard strumming and singing strongly. Been having some hard traveling now. We've been having some hard traveling, I thought you'd know. We've been having some hard traveling right down the road. We've been having some hard traveling, marching, singing, and joining hands with. Been having some hard traveling now. Oh, we've been having some hard traveling, I thought you'd know. We've been having some hard traveling right down the road. We've been having some hard traveling, hard working, but we're still standing. Been having some hard traveling now. Been having some hard traveling now. Been having some hard traveling now.
No doubt about it, Nelson Mandela had some hard traveling. Sometimes I wonder how you sustain yourself through something like that. But he must have really had a belief or a sense that one of these days we're going to make things better, and I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to see those days come about. Much like the folks that marched in the civil rights movement, they had to really have this sense that this was going to pay off, and that that one of these days social justice was going to prevail. And that's what I wrote this next song about. It's called One of These Days. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, we're gonna sit right up and say, we're gonna find it in our hearts to let our love do its part. One of these days, we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, justice will prevail. When we can march for rights without the threat of jail. When we can sing it from our hearts and know it's just the start. One of these days, justice will prevail. One of these days, there's gonna be a fair wage. If we work hard, we should get a decent pay. They say what we're not worth, but we work hard for what we earn. One of these days, we're gonna get a fair wage. One of these days, we're gonna see the sun come out. Realize the fruits that so long we did without. We're gonna fill those baskets full and share them, yes we will. One of these days we're gonna see the sun come out. One of these days we're gonna find a better way. One of these days we're gonna sit right up and say, we're gonna find it in our hearts to let our love do its part. One of these days we're gonna find a better way. One of these days we're gonna find a better way. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, we're gonna find a better way. This is the Fresh Tunes Music Show, and today's show is one of my inspirational live shows, and it's dedicated to Nelson Mandela. I'm going to play you a song now that maybe Nelson would say is true. It's called The Road to the Top Isn't Paved.
There's only one path to the top of the mountain. Only one way to get you there. No many days stand right by you. And you're looking for is keep your eyes wide open along the way. And those four-lane highways the work you do today will surely pay. 'Cause the road to the top isn't paved. The road to the top isn't paved.
I conquer Mount Stupidity in the name of Durf the Viking. It's all mine.
Someone gives you the answer. Look at it as closely as you can. They say don't ask those questions. Kick up your heels and move along. Keep your eyes wide open along the way. Don't let the newest highs lead you astray. The pretty colors might take you away. But the road to the top isn't paved. No, the road to the top isn't paved. There are many signs around us. If we focus, we will see. But there are so many distractions. The fog is thick, the air is thin. Keep your eyes wide open along the way. Remember what you're doing every day. Following a pathway that you've made. 'Cause the road
road to the top isn't paved. No, the road to the top isn't paved.
Well, for the last song today on the Fresh Tunes Music Show, I'd like to play you a song by one of America's biggest social activists, Pete Seeger. This song is called Hammer Song. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Well, I've got a hammer and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Well, you've got a hammer and you've got a bell, and you've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. All over this land, all over this land, all over this land. And throughout Nelson Mandela's life, he was hammering and he was ringing his bell, and he brought about some real change. Hopefully, if we stick with the things that ring true for us, and if we're able to fight and bring about some change, we can experience some of the rewards that Nelson Mandela experienced when he finally became president of South Africa. And that's it for the Fresh Tunes Music Show today. Keep singing your songs and ringing your bell, and have a great week, and tune in next week. So long now.
Thanks to the folks who led the way. Thanks to the folks, let us thank them every day.